Hey everybody, it's time for lesson 3. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Let's go! Modeling with mathematics. A circuit overloads at 1800 watts of electricity. You plug a microwave oven that uses 1100 watts of electricity into that circuit. Let us write and solve an inequality that resents. I don't know if inequalities can do that. Let us write an inequality, and let us solve it as well, that represents how many watts you can add to the circuit without overloading said circuit. So if our circuit overloads at 1800 watts, then the total amount of watts that we put on that circuit has to be less than 1800. Because if it equals 1800, we just overloaded. The lights go off, and we're sad because it's dark, and we're afraid of the dark. Well, how do we find out the total watts that we're using? We've already got a microwave oven plugged in, so that's 1100. And then anything more than that goes on to our total watts. So 1100 plus the number of additional watts that we can use has to be less than 1800. Let's see, we've got an 1100 plus a W on the left, and we've got an 1800 on the right. If only there were some property that would allow us to subtract 1100 from both sides of the inequality while maintaining an equivalent inequality. Oh, there it is. It's the subtraction property of inequality. Let's use that. So if I subtract the same number from both sides of the inequality, I get an equivalent inequality. 1100 minus 1100 is 0. 0 plus W is W. 1800 minus 1100 is 700. So the additional watts I can use has to be less than 700. All right. So B asks us, in addition to the microwave, which of the following appliances can you plug into the circuit at the same time without overloading the circuit? Well, let's see. If we plug in our toaster, does that work? That's going to use 800 watts. That's not less than 700 watts. Darn it, we can't use the toaster. Can we use the hot plate? Is 1200 watts less than 700 watts? I'm afraid not. What about the blender? Can we plug in the blender and make a nice smoothie? It uses only 300 watts, which is definitely less than 700, so the blender's okay. The clock radio only uses 50. These two together make a total of 350, which is way less than 700, so we are okay to use both the clock radio and the blender. All right, C. You see an awesome new toaster at the toaster store. You're lucky you got to go to the toaster store. The awesome new toaster uses only 700 watts of electricity. Does this allow you to have both the microwave oven and the toaster plugged in to the circuit at the same time? Well, let's see. My additional watts has to be less than 700. This would be 700. So is 700 less than 700? No, it's not less than 700. It is 700. So, sadly, we must conclude that the awesome toaster is just a little too awesome for our circuit. Let's have a look at hockey. Hockey's cool. It's like soccer on ice with sticks and lots of gear on your body. So an NHL hockey player has I am learning to speak. An NHL hockey player has 59 goals so far in a season. What are the possible numbers of additional goals that the player can score to match or break the NHL record of 92 goals in a season. By the way, that was Wayne Gretzky in the 81-82 season when he still played for the Edmonton Oilers. Anywho, he has 59 goals. He wants to match, or no, so not this guy. This guy. That's Wayne Gretzky, the 92 goals. This guy, I don't know who this is with 59 goals, but he wants to match or break Wayne Gretzky's record, which is not going to happen. So let's see, but what would he have to do if it wasn't completely impossible? He's got 59 goals right now. He's going to add on some additional goals, and he wants to match or break the record. So that means greater than or equal to. Match would be equal to, break the record would be greater than the 92 goal record held by the Great One. All right, so that we can write as an inequality. We can let G represent the number of goals he needs to score. So 59 plus G would be greater than or equal to 92. Then we can use the subtraction property of inequality to subtract 59 from both sides and get an equivalent inequality that says G is greater than or equal to 33. So what that means is the hockey player would need to score 33 or more additional goals in order to match or break Wayne Gretzky's record of 92 goals in a season. Good luck, hockey player. Never going to happen. Me and Shaq are proof. So go ahead and go do practice 3 and have a great day. Please remain awesome at all times. You're fantastic.